Hello everybody, welcome back. I am Kate Rebel, this is Kate Rebel's Realm, and we are doing the Unnamable faction today. These two little dragons that any single faction can carry along and they can join in and be merry and happy. But not too happy because, Ymrit is Anora's claimed. And have we figured out if Ajax is the man or the dragon? Leave a comment down below because I honestly don't know. Maybe leave a comment before we hear the story, and then maybe the story will tell us. And then you can tell me if you guessed right or not, because I will believe you. Why wouldn't I trust you? Anywho, this is going to be another short little video because I have a migraine and I have lights in my face and I have to talk and read and look at a screen, and holy moly, is that harder than it sounds. So let's just get into it. Let's fly by. Let's do these two cute little dragons that we all love dearly and see what their stories are about. Ajax, the dragon's bane. This knight rules the sky and his thunderous sword. Oh, it says right there. It literally, I've never read that, and it literally says right there that the Ajax is the knight. I love his weird range. It's like a strange cone, and I love it. Look at all his eyeballs. He's cute. Destiny in flight. His dragon could lay the fort low for kicks. I'm glad he's on our side. Brokir, the Frosthammer. That was my terrible Scottish accent because I can't roll R's. Can't do accents, and I can't roll R's, so even if I could attempt to do a bad one, I can't. One quiet night on the frigid ramparts of Fort Blacklast, King Hars gazed across the tundra. One night on the frigid ramparts of Fort Blacklast, King Hars gazed across the tundra, as was his evening ritual. While unforgiving, his land typically afforded little in the way of surprises. This night would be an exception. Though barely perceptible against the snow, Hars made out the figure of a lone knight trudging determinedly toward the fort, clad in bone-white armor. The king might have overlooked him had it not been for one distinct feature. His blazing eyes appeared to contain storms, cutting like lightning through the wasteland. Ajax, the dragon's bane, drew near. Adorned only in his ivory armor, the knight appeared immune to the cold. He spoke low, introducing himself, declaring what he believed to be his purpose at Fort Blacklast. Destiny awaited him nearby. The White Knight's arrival unsettled some, but the king was intrigued, and an offer was made. In exchange for aid in defending the fort, Ajax would be granted lodgings to await his supposed destiny. He didn't wait long. A few months after the White Knight's arrival, a tremendous roar shook the tundra itself when from a bottomless crevasse emerged a spectacularly terrifying white dragon. Though King Hars's men trembled at the sound, Ajax stood upon the parapets as if the dragon called and challenged him alone. In an instant, the self-proclaimed destiny he'd foretold became evident. Hars gifted Ajax a magical, thunderous blade which matched his storm-strewn eyes, and with that the White Knight set off into the snowdrifts. For weeks there was no sign of Ajax or the dragon, with many believing they'd fallen to each other by blade and talon. Then came a deafening wind that shook the foundations of the fort. High above hovered a black dragon and a rider in ebony armor, one with a thunderous sword and lightning in his eyes. To this day, none know for certain how Ajax tamed the white dragon, or what magic transformed and bound them together. What is known is that King Hars and his warriors sleep soundly with the knowledge that the dragon's bane keeps a sentinel's watch over the north. That was just kind of really magical, and I liked it a lot. I really like the idea that they were just stark white and untamable, glowing energy coming off of both of them, and then when they return, they're all crimson and darkened and like creepier. Ooh, but they still protect and they still fly over Taya, and King Hars goes, we're safe because we got Ajax and his dragon. I love it, yay! Okay, Ymrit, what nice things are you gonna say about Anora? Ymrit, Frostborn Leviathan. A deep connection. Its lustrous scales still glint in the moonlight, a living fossil, perfectly preserved. What does it mean to be real once you have seen the impossible? White Tower Scholar. Buried in the tomes of Taya's history, one may find obscure legends of an ancient dragon race, the alleged progenitors of the great Scalekin people, now said to have been lost to shadows of time. Though vestiges of these mythic beings remain, scattered about Taya's unforgiving landscape, little is known of their history, their origin, and their final fate. Imrit remains one of the last fragments of this ancient kin, primeval being incidentally frozen and trapped in the northern tundra for eons, seemingly sealed in by some kind of powerful magic force. White Tower scholars theorize that when the tides were unleashed upon the Taiyan continent, powerful magnetic waves were emanated which reverberated and resonated so violently that stirred the great being from its hibernate state, ultimately liberating it from the depths of its frozen cell. The nature of Imrit's origins remain a mystery, but tales abound of a winged figure who descended from the heavens during his unearthing, a woman both ghastly and ethereal, a sight so stunning she was referred to as the Angel of Death. As witnesses believed, she came to deliver this fearsome being from the realm. To their great consternation, however, Anora, the silver seraphim, approached the limp dragon with her arms outstretched and embraced him, at first delicately and then with a deep passion. Through the infinite void of the ether, Anora had sensed the presence of a powerful entity and descended from the skies to witness a miracle, to witness the rebirth of an ancient. Yet, when their eyes met for the first time, the gravity of their connection was astounding. In that eternal moment, the world seemed to fall silent and remain completely still. It was said their bond was so pure that the sky opened up and the northern snow turned a silvery pearlescent, exploding brilliantly in 10,000 hues of color. In an instant, the past and the future, the ethereal and the mortal, the living and the dead, all came crashing together and thundered mightily. A powerful connection had been formed. Yet, from that day on, Imrit has endlessly roamed the northern expanse, in search of a world that no longer exists, and a people who have seemingly all but vanished. Together with his sole companion, Anora, their search for answers has only brought them closer together, both in mind and in purpose. For perhaps with the combined strength of his people, Taya could be saved from the onslaught of the tides, and the ancient order restored. Alas, the possibility of a deeper connection with the true nature of their world gives them their strength to persist and pursue. Okay, so how beautiful. She felt him and she came down as a seraph that she is and just embraced him. Beautiful story. Both of these dragons have a kinship, one of them being unbreakable bond of fighter power. I don't really know, to be honest, where my brain is at right now, but hey, just two little angels loving each other. And yes, people might see that video and go, yikes. Don't yuck people's yum and keep enjoying your life as we know it, because who knows? Oh god, okay, well, thank you so much for watching. I am Kate Rebel, and this is Kate Rebel's Realm. And please stay tuned for my next coming videos of, I think I'm doing the esoterics next. So please feel free to check that out once it uploads. And yeah, I'm putting all of my little videos in playlists. So if you have a certain faction that you like more, all their stories are in there, but then also I'll be doing other things regarding the factions and other videos. So hey, keep an eye out. If you're big on the Nightmare Council, there'll be other stuff in there for you, goodies to eat up, and I love y'all. Y'all rock. I'm, again, Kate Rebel, and I'll see you guys next time. Girl's not throwing up on camera today. Good Lord. What in the Harry Potter is that? how beautiful. She felt him and she came